Funny man and pop culture sage Arsenio Hall has been entertaining the masses for over 4 decades. His keen sense for what viewers want is indicative of Arsenio's power to keep audiences' cheek muscles sore from laughing uncontrollably. Let's pay homage by analyzing this NAACP Image Award winner's comedic staying power. Prior to his nightly appearances on broadcast television, Arsenio Hall made the rounds on the comedy circuit. First in Chicago, then on to Los Angeles. His first major appearance was in 1981 on Don Cornelius's Soul Train. He kept funny bones tickled throughout the 80s and 90s with appearances on several notable television and film projects, including Amazon Women from the Moon, The Real Ghostbusters, Cheers, Doogie Howser, Blossom, Living Single, Hollywood Squares, Martial Law, The Jay Leno Show, Coming to America, Harlem Nights, The Celebrity Apprentice, and the wildly popular The Arsenio Hall Show, which aired on late-night television for 6 years. His work in the 1988 breakout cult classic Coming to America speaks to his depth of comedic breadth and ability to portray shifting personas while providing them each with distinct identities. From Simi, Prince Akeem's dutiful right hand, to Morris, the barbershop elder, to the eccentric Reverend Brown, who exhorts and whoops when moderating the beauty pageant during Black Awareness Week, Hall provided character and voice to each of the roles, greatly distinguishing them from one another while keeping the audience fully entertained. Arsenio Hall is also remembered as the host of the groundbreaking late-night juggernaut, The Arsenio Hall Show, a huge vehicle that nearly defined 90s pop culture to viewers around the globe. Arsenio grew a loyal audience ready to see a who's who nightly. As a creator, writer, producer, and host of the late-night hit show, Arsenio was responsible for transitioning the nation from the 1980s into a new decade. What initially was a late-night show aimed at a more youthful urban audience, the program quickly became an incredibly popular show that attracted a wide audience with a blurred demographic. Topical and au courant, Hall's show stayed in the know on what was happening in the culture, popular music, and the arts. Iconic moments on the program included then Governor of Arkansas Bill Clinton playing the saxophone before becoming president, guests Michael Jackson and Eddie Murphy showing each other respect and adoration during the height of both of their careers, appearances by a young Tupac Shakur, Miles Davis, legendary Rat Pack member Sammy Davis Jr., the Godfather of Soul James Brown, Toni Braxton, Bobby Brown, and the debut performance from a young songstress who would go on to win 2 NAACP Image Awards by the name of Mariah Carey. Appearances from artists like TLC, A Tribe Called Quest, Jodeci, LL Cool J, Notorious B.I.G., and Eazy-E all furthered Black music's and hip-hop's place in the mainstream, thanks to Arsenio. Arsenio made space on his stage for present-day comedy heavyweights like Chris Tucker, who appeared in 1993. But make no mistake, the Arsenio Hall Show wasn't just a space for celebrity. Arsenio notably invited Irvin Magic Johnson onto his show for a discussion after the basketball and business phenom announced that he was HIV positive in 1991. In 1992, the episode that aired the night 4 police officers were acquitted for the horrific beating of Rodney King, one of the pivotal examples of police brutality that was captured on video, featured Los Angeles Mayor Tom Bradley, Reverend Cecil Murray, and actors Sean Penn and Edward James Olmos. Breaking convention, Arsenio interacted with his audience, making his jokes interactive, changing the way late-night talk felt on the small screen. He encouraged the attendees in the studio, ones he nicknamed the Dog Pound, a term borrowed from his hometown Cleveland Browns, who barked, woofing in approval of the show. The 2-time winning NAACP Image Awards host transformed the late-night show into a party you never wanted to leave, transforming nighttime television forever. Arsenio Hall and the stratospheric success of the Arsenio Hall show arguably could not be matched at the time. The spotlight shone brightly on the hilarity that emanated from Arsenio's mind, the trend-setting acts, and the topical subject matter that kept audiences glued to the television for years. With close to 1,500 episodes and the show's return 2013 through 2014, Arsenio's legacy extends beyond the longevity of his late-night show. Cult classic films, an exciting stand-up comedy career, and a resume full of hosting credits, Arsenio Hall is a shining example of creative excellence.